Hey, what's up everybody? Roland here. Today I'm just going to do a video about something that is really important for pistol play if you're using a pistol as a primary, and that's your rig. It's a big point of contention, probably more debated, more experimented on than actually, choosing a pistol itself. Most people who have been using a pistol as a primary for any real amount of time, usually you'll find that they've gone through as many different types of kind of setups for carrying their paint and possibly spent more money than they did actually on their pistol in the first place. Yeah, it's something that's really important, and generally, people have to find their way with it. Unlike with electros, where you can kind of, get your marker, get a pod pack. Most pod packs share a pretty similar design. I mean, of course, people have their favorites, but you generally know, okay, I'm going to want the marker, and I'm going to want some sort of system for carrying pods on my back, and that across the board is usually the case. With pistols, you have, depending on the type of pistol, maybe you have a mag-fed pistol and then you need some place to carry all your mags. Do you have lightweight mags like the TPX, or maybe just a belt is enough, and you're only carrying 2 extra mags? Maybe, if you're using the TPX and you only have 1 or 2 extra mags, maybe even cargo pants is enough. Maybe you're using a Tiberius where the mags are heavier and you want to carry them on your front. Maybe you want to mimic a pod pack and kind of have a belt with the mag pouches in the back. Maybe you're using an older marker that is actually, not mag fed, and you are carrying 10 round tubes and you need a place to store all those tubes. There's a ton of different iterations and places to carry, and then on top of just carrying your paint, where do you put your holster? Are you going to use a dump pouch? Where's everything going to be orientated? And it just winds up being, to me, one of the really, fun aspects of it, and something that is cool to think about when you're off the field, because for me, and for a lot of people, paintball, these days I may play every few weeks, but it's still kind of fun to think about play and kind of consider how you're going to play and how you're going to set up your loadout in between those weekends that you're playing. So first I just wanted to actually talk about, this is a rig that I made myself right when I first got a Tiberius marker. That is the pistol that I started with. I've since changed to a TPX, and these are actually my first attempt at TPX mag pouches. I have 10 extra TPX mags for a total of 11. But really what I wanted to talk about was the base, which is just a Molly battle belt, pretty much. And I think this is kind of a cool thing to consider, especially if you're just kind of starting with your setup, and a lot of people are on a budget. They might say, I have X amount of money, and with that I need to get a pistol, I need to get my mags, I need to get the rig, and it's all in this chunk of money that they have set. This is kind of a cool way to go because it has a bunch of different ways you can go with it. I'm gonna take this off and basically just show you. Obviously it can be worn as a rig, as I had it on, and you can do this by simply, on my pistol belts I actually sewed on loops with some slide adjusters and made really simple 1-inch suspenders. That's an option. And you can also, for a lot of people who don't have machines that are tough enough to go through all of the padding and layers of Cordura and everything, you can actually, something that would be really simple to do, and I apologize, I'm just grabbing random webbing that I have around for this, but if you can't do that, you just have a home machine, which I definitely don't recommend trying to sew through all these layers with. You will break your home machine. Since it has Molly webbing, you can actually just get some webbing and loop it through one of the Molly loops, and then get a slide lock and sew that onto this, and then sew that all closed. And you will basically be able to have the same setup as these loops sewn right here. And then you can just sew on some simple suspenders, wear the belt backwards, and that's a pretty decent little chest rig that you can attach any type of mag pouches, holsters, anything like that. With this, I had my dump pouch and my holster on it. If you have a lightweight setup, like I said, for a lot of people, the TPX with the mags that are extremely light, you can also just wear it as a normal battle belt and have the mags all around it. You can set it up kind of like a pod pack. I feel like the battle belt is a very versatile piece that you can start with until you really kind of figure out how you want to run. And the thing that's cool about it is that they're pretty inexpensive. I know Rockstar Tactical, rockstartactical.com usually has some Mali battle belts in stock in coyote and black and olive drab. And I'm pretty sure they run under $20. I think they might be like $18. So that's a real simple, easy, and relatively inexpensive piece that you can use as a base and kind of play around with a couple different positions. Maybe you'll stick with it, or maybe you'll want to move on, but at least when you do move on, which, like I said, usually the case is people kind of try a bunch of different things, you haven't wasted a ton of money. You've basically bought a Mali battle belt. You can probably resell it for about what you bought for it, and you can keep all of the Mali mag pieces and everything that you got for it. So it's a good way to kind of experiment with stuff. And I'm going to move on to actually what I'm using right now. This is basically a rig that I made, my second rig, and this has all my stuff on it for the TPX. And just enough Mali space for, I've got an 8 mag pouches for the TPX in here, nice open top. The cool thing about the TPX mags is they're so light and there's very little mass with them. If you try to run with Tiberius mags without some type of retainer on the top, whether it be shot cord or a flap or something, which actually I tried to do the first time I ran out on the field with the Tiberius. As soon as you start running from the start of the game, probably going to get mags flying out. With the TPX, that isn't necessarily the case. And you have a nice dump pouch on the side and a holster right here. I keep my holster here mainly because the holster for me is just a way to go back and forth in between games without having to use a barrel bag or the TPX barrel plug or anything like that. So I'm not really concerned about the position of it in terms of drawing the marker. I just walk to the field like this before the game starts. I take it out. This setup I really like a lot. It's very easy to get to. Dump pouch, bam. I have some loops for CO2 here, so generally, after my third mag, I'll take out the mag, put it in the dump pouch, open this, dump out CO2, grab another one from here, throw it in, bam, mag's right here, you're back in business. So yeah, that's just a little kind of look into a couple of rigs that I've used. I actually have just made this. I haven't used it on the field. I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, like I said, check out Rockstar Tactical if you are kind of interested in something that's inexpensive and you want to just try the battle belt approach. And this rig is actually pretty much a copy of the Condor MCR1, which I believe is less than $40 most places. So if you are interested in something like this, that's something easy. That's something that can be easily built as well. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great day.